Liminal spaces. A potential with hidden mysteries? Before going over the mysteries, I want to take you back to when everyone was stuck in their home, being in isolation, rotting in their bed, doom scrolling, and some other things, just being in their house. Some people were also watching TV and they saw this. The roads. The streets. They looked completely empty, just soulless. And well, there's no one to take care of, making these places look abandoned and lonely, killing off the vibes. But not entirely, because even if these places are abandoned, they create a new feeling that is just hard to convey. The photos had something strange with them, a unique oddness, that later on became a phenomenon. This was the foundation of an idea, or should I say the phenomenon. It all started from the lockdown. Seeing crowded places being abandoned gave people eerie vibes. Lonely, comforting, while strange. It really is fascinating how pictures can create a déjà vu type of feeling. Back then there were a lot of pictures designed to mess with your neurology. But unfortunately after lockdown, there were not many new pictures. So these photos are now oversaturated. You will 100% see them everywhere. And that's a problem. Because seeing these over and over again will desensitize you from having that vibes of strangeness and eerie. Getting rid of liminality by oversaturation, and not many unique photos within this space were even created. So people were using the same photos for over and over again and for so many times that it made this phenomenon stale, leading to the fading of this trend. It was the end. And people knew it, but unfortunately they can't do anything about it. But then, backrooms became a lot popular. Maybe too much. It became so much popular that liminal space was gone. The first photo that made liminal space a phenomenon trend killed the phenomenon. People didn't understand the liminality of backrooms, and instead they used it for views and fame. Now I know the fact that the Backrooms movie is popping off recently, but it's different. The reason is misunderstood. If you go and do the comparison of Backrooms movie with liminal space, you find differences. You maybe don't know about this one. Let me in. The first photo of liminal space that I just mentioned was wrong, but don't get my previous statement to be absolutely wrong. Historically, it's not the first liminal picture. Now, if you really think about it for so many long periods of time and finally decided to open your web research for so many times that you have now founded yourself in Reddit community. But that's not it. Because now you will proceed to scroll down, keep scrolling and scroll. But then you have to stop when you finally find this post. He mentioned that this is the first liminal picture ever taken in history. Here's the glance. What do you think? You can take a great look at this picture right here, and you'll find that this is not only a liminal, but the first photograph ever taken in history forever. This is definition of liminality, and you can't really deny it. But if we move to a different perspective of this picture, questioning about the feelings, that makes a liminal space, then I don't think it's that liminal in my opinion. I don't get really familiar with this photo or get uncanny. But if you see the colored version of this same photo, this is where it makes sense, but just a bit. It still feels very normal, not a big difference in vibes. Some people may have seen this picture in their dreams. What about you guys? Do you feel it liminal? Also, why this is still definition of liminal, even though it doesn't feel liminal. Liminal is happening in real life as well. This is what I mean. The term liminal was actually created in a book called Rites of Passages, published by the anthropologist Arnold van Gennep, inventing the word liminality. The word is from Latin, which meant threshold. It was used to describe the middle stage or the process of changing, having that future. Like, if you want to take an example, Then let's just say you take the past and the future. In between what will be in the middle? The present. The old identity, and in between the future identity will be the process of that future identity. These pictures are also trying to convey the same thing. Transition. They feel like a process. That's why they're called liminal space. But do you know that not only pictures convey liminal, but paintings too? Have you seen this guy before? His face has become as a popular mask that you're maybe familiar with. Salvador Dali, who made the strangest paintings ever and captured a feeling. You can't say not liminal, because they are literally made from liminal state. A simple process. He painted from what he saw in his dream, but not to forget, he used technique. Before dozing off in his chair, he will have his keys in his hand. But the keys won't help him to wake up, as they don't make much sound when they're dropped. So he placed a metal plate. And the moment he snoozed off, being in his dreams, the dreams were just being generating the strangest things ever that you could not possibly imagine about it. Until keys dropped, produced loud sound. Salvador woke up from his dreams after hearing that sound. But because he had the memories of what he saw when he was dreaming, he started painting his dreams. Results are these. He practiced many times to get hold of the transitioning state of wakefulness and sleep. Consciousness and subconsciousness were presented in canvas. Only Salvador Dali, first man to represent liminal space of dreams in painting. But there's still issue. The paintings represent very uncanny dreams which can be related. But speaking in 21st century, it cannot be familiar. The paintings can be oddly enough, but fail to be related with others and feel the paintings. This is how Dreamcore was created, made an image for liminal space. Dreamcore is the face of liminal space. Without it, it would be nothing. Only Dreamcore could give the genre liminal space, a type of aesthetic, just as Salvador Dali. The paintings represent dreams has now converted into modern version of what we call Dreamcore. The core itself is pretty complex to explain. It makes familiar objects more oddly strange enough. Like, have you seen this picture? Perhaps this one? You might have seen it in iTest. Or not. Dreamcore feels liminal because of one element. This was used so many times. Without it is nothing. It has become the face. The element I am talking about is houses. A lot of them. Dreamcore always had houses, or bet maybe doors, and exploited very much as the core's trick, but no hate. I don't think doors are working for me. It might work for you, but personally fails. Doesn't give familiarity, but might work for some people. But also to think about doors. It's pointless. Like, why do you use doors as an element for invoking nostalgia? Doesn't make sense, but it can, for individuals. A déjà scene. But also there's like a huge misunderstanding of Dreamcore that often gets people mixed, which I understand. But this misunderstanding hasn't been solved for 5 years and people argue about it and spin out. So let me tell you, a big comparison between Dreamcore and Weirdcore confusion. It baffles, but can be understood. If you know what Dreamcore is, that is a dream, but a very comfortable and peaceful dream that might look intensely familiar. You look at it precisely, because similarities. Finding that Weirdcore shares what Dreamcore has, but still has difference. Dreamcore makes you familiar, but Weirdcore actively tries to make you uncanny in a place where you feel familiar. And that's how Dreamcore and Weirdcore are maybe considered similar between. But you think really careful about it, because Weirdcore still has a difference, a tiny difference. But now the important thing with not only Dreamcore, but the whole trend of the liminal space, the whole vital purpose to run liminal trend and other aesthetics that captured your mind was a break, a very peaceful relaxation of the detachment from the chaotic world. The media needed peace from stressfulness and loneliness. There was no trend that could offer that peace and relief. Every other trend that was made was just chaotic. No one could offer Only liminal space did. Liminal space provided what people needed. It was the most unique trend ever, but then faded. So yeah, that's all about it.